Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 4 Japanese destroyer Isokaze. It has 4 main guns, 6 torpedoes, 2 AA guns, a surface detection of 6.1 kilometers, a top speed of 34.2 knots, total health 10,300. For my modules, I have reduced crit chance on both my propulsion and my torpedoes, and for my commander, I have situational awareness, faster rate of fire on my main guns, faster rate of fire on my torpedo tubes, and I have faster traverse speed for my main battery. We are on the map New Dawn. I spawned in center, and I'm headed for B. I got my buddy. He's also in an Isokaze. And we are going to use one of the great strengths of Japanese destroyers, their stealth. We want to find an enemy, ambush him, and use our torpedoes in that ambush. The enemy spots me, I get just too close, and I'm trying to hide again. My friend is also spotted, and he is out in the open, and he's going to take a salvo, which lands short. But Japanese destroyers have great range on their torpedoes, and they can outrange the detection range of the ship. This allows them to be able to ambush without the enemy seeing you releasing the torpedoes or having any knowledge that you have attacked. Much like attacking on the other side of an island. And I came around that island trying to send out torpedoes, and I take a lot of attention, and I didn't want to stay broad for too long. I maneuvered, I avoided the enemy cruiser attack, and it looked like his whole entire friends attacked me too, but everything fell short. They're all going to sea. That's what that told me instantly. There's way too many guns firing on me for it to not be 70% of their team. Now here, I communicate to my friend to stop, let the torpedoes go by. Don't do this unless you're on comms, or you will risk killing your friend. And we don't want to do that with torpedoes. There's plenty of people out there who kill friendlies with their torpedoes. Don't be one of those people, even though I have done it once or twice, and I feel real bad for it. Those torpedoes miss. And we're just going to unload our guns since he has to see us. We really can't hide anymore, so once you're spotted, do everything in your power to damage the enemy and to get away. Because they have the advantage, you don't.
Our team has taken the lead.
You don't have armor or the firepower to take on an enemy cruiser. They are destroyer hunters. And I'm going straight at him. I take a big shot from an enemy battleship. He also lands a shot on me. Not quite as big, but still does quite a bit of damage, and he does it again. And if we don't get out of here soon, we're dead. The rate of fire he's doing, we're gonna die in like 2 more salvos. He sets us on fire, and we have to use damage control. We have this beautiful island, and I really want to get around the other side of this island. I really want to break contact. And it looks like we're going to get out. Ooh, he fires one more time, and he misses, thankfully. Unfortunately, our friend is headed straight to his doom, because he's heading into B at the worst possible moment. All the enemy are at B, and they're able to fire on him. Oh, I feel so bad for him. You know, maybe he wanted to go there to help me, and his inexperience with the game has led to his death. I don't want to be someone that assists the enemy in killing my friends. If he was helping me, I really appreciate it, but hopefully he'll learn from this experience and not head Rambo style into the teeth of the enemy. They have 4 ships at B with more supporting from C. This is very dangerous. I don't want to go into B. My friend wants to go into B. Maybe he felt like he had to assist the friendly, but he's alone, and he needs to get out of there. And he's popping his smoke to get out of there. And look at all this fire. Oh, please miss him, please. Looks like he's in the smoke, though, and he's able to get out.
Engine boost activated.
And I'm just trying to maybe get a sneaky attack on this enemy cruiser. He's maneuvering erratically, but I figure he'll want to commit to this wide opening and try and pursue me and my friend. But you see, he turns, so if he would have just kept heading there, torpedoes would have just passed by harmlessly. And I'm like, detected? What's detecting me? He is not in range. I already gave you guys the stat of 6.1 kilometers they need to be in order to detect without me firing my gun. But thankfully this cruiser makes a critical error and he turns back into those torpedoes. We get a devastating strike. Won't be the last. This game was pretty fun. But I'm like, what the hell? I'm still thinking about what detected me. I had a feeling this destroyer... Yep, there he is. My friend is engaged. I was gonna help him, but I can't. I need to help myself, okay? I'm low health too, and there's a destroyer. For some reason, he fires on my friendly. Perhaps he already had a pre-aim on him, and when he detected me, he didn't want to change his aim. We're going to send our torpedoes. He sees them, and he's able to maneuver just in the nick of time. He probably waited just a little too long to do it, but he did survive. Looks like my friend's done pretty good damage to the enemy, but he's still at a deficit with his health. So he's going to have to avoid damage while dishing out damage. And this enemy wants to fire on me now. And I just send out my next set. Reload time is amazing on early Japanese destroyers. This is what you miss most at high tier, is this rate of fire for your torpedo systems. And he didn't maneuver. So he died. And I look over and I see my friend. He dies right as I see. Your life will not be in vain. We will avenge you. So this Clemson wants to go toe-to-toe. He's got a better rate of fire, and he can have more guns on me. I want to keep my ship angled, minimize the target, and I want to adjust every time I see the shot. And I'm doing okay damage. We've kind of brought it to even, and I get greedy. I turn my whole ship, bring all my guns to bear, and I fire. And yeah, buddy. Another enemy destroyed. We got you. We avenged you, my friend. Now, we've got A and C, and the enemy has a lot of ships by C. I see that there's a friendly battleship headed from A to B. So I'm not going to focus on taking B. I already know it's going to be taken. I just need to find the two enemy ships that are not on radar. One of them is a destroyer. Oh, we just saw every ship but the destroyer. So now we know. And we really know now. You can see that someone is capturing C, but it is not one of the five. And there you are. There's the enemy destroyer. The entire enemy team is by C. Now we have enough information to have a strategic advantage over the enemy. He doesn't know where I am. They don't know where that friendly battleship is. Now I see that they lose one ship, but you can see this friendly cruiser, the St. Louis, is barely alive, and he's rotating to the back line, so the enemy can't fire on him. That's a really good idea. You should really try to do that. You should always have a idea of how far the enemy is and try and make the enemy switch targets to something with more help. Now, if you're too slow to get out of the way, don't waste your time. But if there's a window for you to save your ship, do it. Too many people go in and die, and they're not useful when they're dead. Obviously, like any other game, like anything else. Now, this enemy battleship, he appears to be committing to a direction. He's not maneuvering a lot. He's not changing his course. He appears to be moving at pretty set speed. Would tell me he's preoccupied with a friendly battleship, probably that friendly battleship that's on the right side of the screen. So I sent out my 7-kilometer range, 68 knot torpedoes into his direction at a narrow spread, and look at what happens. He sees it too late, and we kill him off. We get another devastating strike. 3 devastating strikes. And there's still 4 enemy ships left. They just killed off that friendly that was a little too close by sea. We still have an advantage in ships, but we probably have a disadvantage in health. I don't have any mods for that, but my health, that St. Louis health, and these 2 ships next to me look pretty dead, where I see the enemy has a lot of health. So what we need to do is we need to minimize the damage we take, and we need to maximize the damage we do. And a couple tricks you can do if you move away from the enemy and they're converging on you, you are essentially making them fire at a longer distance than you are firing on because they're moving into your shot. You also allow yourself a chance to maneuver more effectively because it takes longer for the shot to reach the target. Now, I saw that destroyer and he was definitely headed this way. So we see him, we had our broadside ready, we fire all our guns and we do 2,600 damage. He's also in a destroyer. I believe it's an Isokaze, but he's Japanese destroyer, long-range torpedoes. And he's going to go on the other side of the island. Not a bad strategy. You know, whenever you are at a disadvantage, you need to change that. And I see that I'm spotted for a short moment, but it's gone. Now, I didn't know exactly, but then I figured out the enemy just rounded the island. He could see over the island and see me. So I want to send my torpedoes in the general direction that this enemy destroyer is headed. Narrow spread. I only have 2 torpedoes per system, so we don't really have that big of an option. We need to keep the gap small so the enemy can't maneuver past it. And I only need 1 to land. Low health on destroyers. Don't try and score every torpedo. Just make it impossible for him to avoid them all. And he sent his torpedoes out, but they are ineffective. And he looks like he's going to hold true. I was like, I might get the torpedo. No, they went by, way by. And we're at a good range. You can see the arc of the shells. And we're in between a couple enemies that we really don't want to be in between. We see that this enemy cruiser is low, and I turn to fire, and he runs aground, so I missed completely with that set, obviously. I didn't expect him to run aground, but he's not going to avoid this set, hopefully. He's going to take a little bit of time, and the enemy destroyer is firing on us, but we're trying to move out of his range. He's in basically the same ship. We know his range. When we're out of range, he's out of range of us. This guy's just barely alive, and it looks like he's freed himself. And we land 3 rounds for only 330 damage. Ooh, friendlies just killed the enemy destroyer. And we land 1 for 640, and we are unsuccessful, but our friend who just died gets the last shot. He earns It's Just a Flesh Wound. Good for him, at least he got the shot. So the enemy has 2 battleships. Both of them last seen at sea. We only see 1 right now. We have 3 ships to their 2. One of our ships, me and another ship, are below 2,000 hit points. You gotta be very careful. If we play it wrong, the enemy can easily destroy us. And I'm very scared that the enemy battleship that has not shown up on the minimap could be somewhere close by and ambush me. I really don't want that to happen. I don't have any smoke. I don't have any speed boost. If I'm caught with my pants down, I'm dead. And I just want to check this guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He knows. He knows I'm somewhere over there. He doesn't know where. His guns were prepared. just going to let him decide to fire on something else. Don't really want to go straight into the barrels of a Wyoming. He only needs to land one round, and he'll probably kill me. And there, we just spotted the second battleship. Now we can continue our plan. So, we've got great range, great speed. We're going to move into torpedo range of this Wyoming. We're going to send our torpedoes prior to being detected. So anywhere between 7 kilometers and 6.1 kilometers, there's a dead zone where the enemy can't see, but we can attack. And we send out a narrow spread, and before we move into his detection range, we turn and make a break for it. He's taken a little bit of fire from the friendly St. Louis. His health is so low that I bet you the Wyoming is salivating and the other battleship finishes him off, but you can see the Wyoming guns have shifted. He was probably looking that direction. He probably didn't know the torpedoes were anywhere near him until right about now, and he's going, oh shit. I can't maneuver out of these, and we land them all. Basically 100 to 0, get devastating strike, get Confederate, get high caliber. Oh, it's so juicy. One more enemy ship to go. Is there enough time to kill him, though? We certainly have our torpedoes back up. The reload time is something like 35 seconds, 40 seconds. It's beautiful. But will we have time to get in position, send out torpedoes before the game ends? I see an opportunity to turn around, bring my torpedoes to bear. I figured maybe he's just going to continue towards that friendly cruiser. I had no expectation that anything other than that would happen until that detection showed up, and I was like, oh my god, he's actually coming for me. If he kills me, the ticker will go back down, but he doesn't have time. He doesn't fire on us, and the game ends. We're able to get 5 kills, 4 devastating strike medals, Confederate, high caliber. Ooh. Our name was all over this game, and it feels good to help your team win and be an important part of that. But it was looking pretty hairy at the start. My friend died because he just didn't have enough health to deal with what was coming at him. Those evil destroyers harassing and killing. We were able to kill both of those guys, able to avenge his death, and we were able to kill a couple more ships. A lot of torpedo attacks. It feels so great with your Japanese destroyers. If you're looking for a ship that specializes in torpedoes, Japanese destroyers, #1 ship. 100,000 torpedo damage, 13,000 HE damage. Guns did okay, but those torpedoes, those are what were the key to our success. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this game. I certainly enjoyed playing this game, and I'll catch you guys next time.